Welcome back to another Timely Topics in Finance. I'm Spencer Burkert, Private Wealth Advisor here in Greensburg. I am joined by Sean Storms. He's a partner at Agresta Storms & O'Leary. It's March. A lot of you are probably filling out your March Madness brackets, but what we like to think about in our world is tax brackets. And with that, Sean, what are some upcoming tax deadlines here?
Well, certainly, Spencer, and thank you for inviting me. April 15th is the traditional tax filing deadline, and it'll soon be upon us.
Wonderful. Now, what are some consequences if somebody misses those deadlines?
Yeah, so you always have the opportunity to file an extension with payment if you owe tax, so you should be getting with your tax preparer or CPA and make sure that if you have a balance due or you think that's going to be due, that they have that submitted when you file your extension. But you certainly can file an extension. It'll give you many more months until later this fall in October when you can finally have your final filing made.
Wonderful. Now, how can somebody check the status of a refund?
Yeah, so that's a good question, because a lot of times we start to get calls from people wondering about their refund and the status of their refund. And really, you can do that easier by just going on to, whether it's the federal refund, you can go to the IRS website at irs.gov, or whether it's the Indiana refund, you can certainly go to the Indiana Department of Revenue website, and they have a process to check the status of your refund there as well. And that's a much more efficient way to do it other than calling your preparer or CPA.
Very good. Tell me a couple common mistakes that people make when they file their taxes.
I think a couple common mistakes which happen is, first of all, they're wanting to get it in to get the return done before they go on spring break or something of that nature, and so they'll bring it in with incomplete information, such as missing a 1099 from some sort of income source that they may have. And so what ends up happening, the return is done and completed, and then a few weeks or months later they get a notice indicating that there was a problem with their return and they owe some money. The other common mistake we see, especially with families with children that go off to college, is the son or daughter may be getting some tax documents for the first time, and they're in Bloomington or West Lafayette, and they decide to get their tax return done on their own so they can get a quick refund because they may have a friend that's doing, and then you as a parent go in and file your return and claim them as a dependent, only to find out a few weeks or months later that someone else had already done their return, and so therefore you've got an issue. So those types of things are best settled when you start to see documents in January and February. If you have children that are away at school or even away maybe on their first job or something, you kind of talk through the process with that to avoid the problems that may result from having someone file for the same individual twice.
Great information. And that'll wrap it up. Thank you so much. If you need to contact us as well as Sean, you can research our websites as well as give us a call or email at any time.